Let me guess. You thought I was going to come on here and do some cheesy intro with a bad British accent talking about some hello governor or bottle of water. Well, no, you're wrong. Just like you, I'm only here for what the UK is known for, the tea. All right, welcome to Tate's Take. If you're new here, today we're talking about the first 4 episodes of the new Love is Blind UK. And I'm gonna be talking about them like you've seen them too. If that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular Taste Takers, let's see if this new season of Love is Blind takes the crown. Get it? I said the crown. Listen, was that joke excellent? No. But was it effective? Also no. Whatever. Next time, I'll just leave the jokes to you, okay? Quick background here, and I'm not explaining the concept of Love is Blind. It's been long enough. If you're here watching this video after all this time and you still don't know the concept of Love is Blind, you don't want to know. But what I will say is that this is the latest installment of international Love is Blind. You know, after the US, they've gone to Brazil, to Japan, to Sweden, to Mexico, and now here in the UK. And to the chagrin of many of you, this is the first time I'm watching an international season. I'm turning over a new leaf. Also, I don't know who needs to hear this, and maybe nobody needs to hear this, but the UK stands for the United Kingdom. And the United Kingdom is not just another name for England. I don't know who would ever think that, but I'm just saying that. Okay, so the UK is basically 4 countries within a country. You got England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And it's been this way for over 100 years. So if some of y'all were today years old when you found that out, don't you worry. We are still judgment free over here at Tate's Take. So yeah, you'll be hearing a lot of different accents in this season of Love is Blind, and that's part of the reason why. Okay, cool. Now, we must start off by meeting our host. No, we do not have Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Enjoy the break. Here we have Matt Willis and Emma Willis. Matt Willis, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention, looks exactly like Jesse Williams, and I've never seen these two in the same room. Matt Willis is a musician. His wife, Emma Willis, was a presenter on Big Brother. Nice to meet y'all. You seem like some cool folks. We have the same concept here. 30 new singles, 15 guys, 15 girls on the hunt to see if love is truly blind, even though I've been telling them it's not since 2020. And even though it's 30 singles, just like in every other season, we only focus in on the couples who actually made a real connection. But as we meet the cast, I'm gonna start with the folks that we don't get to really see. Just give them a little shine. Imagine though you tell your family you're gonna be on Love is Blind UK and you don't get no TV time, but on the contrary, some dude in New York City who makes YouTube videos is highlighting you. I say this is better. So with that said, let's get into the cast. Okay, starting off with Shirley. What's up, Shirley? She's 27, she's a junior doctor. Her quote, dating in the UK is in the trenches. I'm here to date with intention. Honestly, and no, I promise I'm not gonna stop after each one and make a comment, but I feel like everybody says their city is terrible for dating. In the comments, can you please write a note if your city is not terrible for dating? I just wanna see something. And I get it. Maybe if your city is good for dating, you don't wanna mention it, because you think we're going to go over there and mess up the progress. Okay, get focused. Next up, Priya. She's 37 and she's a procurement manager. Her quote, guys that ask you to lend them money is a big ick. I've got some stories. I want to hear some stories. Then we got Rhea, who's 34. She's a commercial contracts manager. Her quote, hygiene is a big thing. If you're not well kept, it's so off-putting. Then there's Elle. She's 27. She's a graphic designer. Her quote, if he orders a steak well done, that's an ick for me. Listen. Of course, I agree with you that people who get steaks well done are terrorists. But Netflix lets you put anything here. You're gonna spend your one quote talking about how other people like to eat their food? Hello? I mean, you're bad, but damn. Okay, Ella, she's 27 and she's a children's social worker. Her quote, I can be a bit of a princess. My standards are quite high. And now we kind of see why you might have not got a match. Next up, we have Charlotte. She's 35. Oh, hey. I didn't Okay, yeah, Charlotte, she's 35. She's a global communications director. Her quote, I want someone who is empathetic and cares a lot about the people around him. I don't know. I just think that, oh, hello? Bro, yeah, I'm like recording right now. I need the phone to I was like reading the notes. You said you need me? And it's an emergency? Yeah, well, you know I'm very empathetic. I can come as soon as I finish this video. Yeah, you know, I just care for you and all the other people around me. All right, bye. I'm just gonna finish up the video and then, you know. Okay, next up, we got Lisa. She's 34 and she's a baby photographer. Her quote, my biggest ick is vegans. I like steak and cow's milk far too much. Now, Lisa, I love steak and ice cream as much as the next guy. But if I'm being honest, between the meat eaters like us and the vegans like them and how food is prepared, which one do you think is really providing the ick? I'll give you a second. Last but not least, for the no-namer girls, we got Olivia. She's 28. She's a creative project director. Her quote, my green flag is someone who is super adventurous and spontaneous. Simple, effective quote. You're highlighting green flags rather than icks. I support that quote. All right, to the guys. First up, we got Connor. He's 31. He's a health food business owner. His quote, I want someone who will laugh at all my bad jokes. Good luck, bro. It's tough. Then we got Charlie. He's 34. He's a gym general manager. His quote, my ex would say, my biggest flaw is that I'm too nice. Literally get her on the phone right now. No, I just want to see something. Just call her. Okay, next up we have, listen, and I don't even know, is this Jonas? Anyway, he's 31 and he's a resident service manager. His quote, I've got a big family, so I definitely want someone who wants to have kids. I guess it's safe. Moving on, we got Richie. He's 30 and he's a sports turf maintenance director. His quote, my green flag is someone knowing the difference between lust and love. And honestly, I'm gonna take a second here. This dude gets almost no screen time. If you see him, you gotta really be looking. But he does give us one of the best parts of the whole season. And I don't think people are really gonna dial into this, but if you're part of the West Indian Massive, the Caribbean conglomerate, you're gonna notice a part where he's talking to Ali, and we're gonna talk about Ali in a little bit. And he tells Ali, Wagwan General, who taught you that? And yes, you're invited to the cookout. Okay. Moving on, we have Aaron. He's 33. He's a restaurateur. His quote, honesty is key, whatever happens. Another safe quote. Then we got Jordan. He's 33. He's a fashion tech founder. His quote, I'm looking for a best friend. Another safe quote. Are the guys doing better than the women? Then we got Jake. He's 32. He's a civil engineer. His quote, I'm an open book, so there will be no lies. And that's a lie. Just kidding. Last but not least, we got Ryan. He's 31. He's a techno DJ and cellist. His quote, my biggest ick is people who are highly materialistic. I mean, it ain't my biggest ick. I hate talking about icks, but that's definitely not one of them. I mean, if you want nice things, whatever, do your thing. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna lie, I had to go and get it. I still need this. We're not done. Okay, now we're gonna get into the headliners. First, the girls, then the guys. All right, we're starting with Natasha. She's 32 and she's a careers coordinator. She says, I'm looking for someone respectful and loyal, someone that holds the door open for me. That is very nice. Natasha, you started us off on the right foot. You did that, Natasha. You did that. In the show, Natasha has a love interest with Tom, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. Next up, we got Catherine, who's 29. She's a dental nurse. Her quote, I want someone who's not afraid to share their feelings. Catherine, that's very nice. In the season, we find out that Catherine is also a swimming coach, and she spends time coaching kids with Down syndrome. That's very nice. Catherine has a lot of personality. It's kind of maybe one of those love it or hate it people. I don't hate it yet. She likes Ollie and Freddie, so we got our first little love triangle there. We're going to tap into a lot of that as the video goes on. Next up, we have Demi. She's 30, and she's a safeguarding and attendance manager. I don't know what that is. Her quote, my biggest ick is arrogance and selfishness. I haven't got time for that. Good for you. So Demi plays soccer. She's like kind of the homie. She's been getting friend zoned by a lot of her guy friends that maybe she might have got maybe a little romantic with. In the season, she only has a thing for Ollie. And at one point, she asks Ollie like, hey, if I'm having a bad day and I'm feeling a little grumpy, what are you going to do to cheer me up? And he answers it, right? Cool. At what point, what are you going to do if he's feeling grumpy and slumpy? What are you going to do? Okay, over to Sabrina. She's 35. She's a director of marketing and communications. Her quote is, kindness, consideration, Honesty and loyalty are all green flags. This is a basic quote. Like, these are all like facts, but I mean, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so the big storyline for Sabrina is like us finding out that her grandma recently passed away, her Gigi, so she's still kind of emotional about that. She has an immediate connection with my man Steven. They have a little connection on like a meditation energy type of vibe. Also, let's just get into it. Steven tells Sabrina, I love you on episode 1. Not only that, he proposes on episode 1, but we'll get into that a little later too. Hold on. Next up, we got Jasmine. She's 29. She's a mental health nurse. Her quote is, Stormzy's South London accent makes me go weak. I literally have no idea what any of that means. Honestly, one of the biggest things that we find out about Jasmine right away is that her last boyfriend was dating her while he had another girl pregnant. This dude is iconic. That's crazy, Jasmine. Your next one got to be your best one. Okay, next up we got Maria. She's 30. She's a makeup artist, and her quote is, conspiracy theorists are my biggest ick. They just don't stop. And honestly, if I was making a quote here, I would never like focus on the icks. I would just probably do something else, whatever. But this is my favorite quote. Ain't nothing I hate more than like a conspiracy theory. Well, actually, what I hate the most is people who do pyramid schemes, but that's a whole nother story. And if that's my least favorite. But after that, number 2 is conspiracy theorists. I don't want to hear it unless it's about the aliens, because that I would listen to anything. Last, and honestly, I hate to say it, probably least, we got Nicole. Sorry. We got Nicole. She's 29. She's the head of brand and marketing. Her quote is, I'm looking for someone who wants to make a difference and change the world. One thing we find out immediately about Nicole is that she was married before. And after you find out more about Nicole, all of that tracks. All of it. Okay, over to the guys. First up, we got Bobby. He's 33 and he's a luxury shopping guide on cruises. His quote is, I'm looking for something magical. This gotta be the weakest quote. What? Magic? You're looking for magic? What? Anyway, I'm like making fun of him, but Bobby honestly has no red flags so far in these like first couple episodes. So like we'll talk about him more, but he just seems like a nice fellow. Small, but a nice fellow. Then we got Steven. He's a 37-year-old gym owner. His quote is, someone who is entitled doesn't bode well with me. Who does it bode well with? Who likes that? Oh yeah, so honestly about Steven, it took me a while to realize that I didn't hate this guy. It's a little tough at first. I feel like he was talking over the women that he was in pod dates with, but maybe it's just his style. I have a good feeling that he will get me on his side, but in the beginning I was like, maybe I hate this guy. Stay tuned. Oh, also about Steven and Sabrina, their connection is super strong. I told you like he literally proposed to that thing. But some of the things that they talked about before that was like, he definitely wanted kids. And she was like, I might not want kids or even be able to have kids. So she was a little nervous about that. But after they talked, he was like, no. I'm fine with your timeline. I'm fine with adopting. So they was good to go. Also, we find out that Steven's last girlfriend was diagnosed with cancer. I know, it's sad. He was like her caregiver, there every single day, doing all that boyfriend stuff. 8 months into her cancer diagnosis, she tells him, I just can't do this anymore. I need to focus on myself. That's crazy. I mean, Sabrina even asked Steven, like, yo, is she okay today? And he's like, I think so. Also, I have to mention that this story brings us possibly one of the hardest bars in Love is Blind history. When he's talking about that girlfriend, he says that he told her if she survived and they didn't, he'd be okay. Boy. Okay, moving on to my main man, Freddie. He's 32 and he's a funeral director. Yeah, you heard that right, folks. His quote is, I'm quick to fall in love. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Listen, this is the nicest dude on the show. And if it turns out that this dude does me like Trevor and he's actually a war criminal, I guarantee you I will quit YouTube until Love is Blind season 7. But I'll be upset. Things to know about Freddie, he goes to the gym twice a day and his accent is so crazy. Everything he says sounds like a question. And he sounds like, remember that little girl who went viral for the elf on the shelf? And she's like, it's not funny. I've got skill. That's gotta be like his niece. I've got skill. Oh, Freddie only has a connection with Catherine. We'll get into that later. Next up, we have Tom. He's 38. He's a PR and advertising consultant. His quote is, a traditional life is my worst nightmare. I want someone who wants to see and experience things. Tom is in a love triangle with Maria and Natasha. Of course, we'll unpack that. Then we got Ollie. He's 32. He's in software sales. His quote is, "My green flags are someone who is kind, sweet-natured, and funny." Okay, this dude, Ollie, is the one they say looks like Craig David. And if you don't know who Craig David is, literally the best thing to ever come out of the United Kingdom. Listen, I don't know. I have the potential to hate this guy. But right now, he's doing all the right things, which makes me incredibly nervous and suspicious. Right now, he has a connection with both Demi and Catherine. And you know, that's a developing story that we will be tracking. Next up, we have Benaiah, who's 33, and he's a structural landscaper. His quote is, "My biggest ick is someone being rude to the waiter." Honestly, let's just say it. He looks like Jesus. He also says he's technically homeless, but not like living on the street. Anyway, he has a connection with Nicole that I assure you, we're gonna be unpacking completely. Okay, last and definitely least, we got Sam. He's 31, he's a product design manager. His quote is, "Beauty is only skin deep. It's about falling for the right person." Beauty is only skin deep? That says a lot coming from the dude who got a nose job. Ooh. Also, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention how many pairs of Travis Scott Nikes this dude has. If you know, you know. I would also be remiss if I didn't mention that this dude looks like Phineas from Phineas. He looks like Phineas from Phineas and Ferb. Boom, episode 2. This one's called 2 is a Couple, 3 is a Love Triangle. We left off episode 1 with that Steven, Sabrina proposal cliffhanger. And they probably only cliffhangered us because they were like, look, it's too soon to be having someone say yes or no to a proposal on episode 1. He's like, look, I think you're amazing, yada, yada, yada. Sabrina's like, Steven, I too think you're amazing, but this has been a whirlwind. So we're all like, huh? No way. These freaking morons, whatever. She's like, I've never had any doubts. She says yes. What a fake cliffhanger. They both go back to the quarters to tell the homies. I'll be like, bro, we ain't even unpack yet. And look at Demi sleep. They're all like, wait, what was that girl's name again? The rest of the cast watching this quick ass proposal is kind of like back in school when the super smart kid finishes the test in like 10 minutes and you're looking around like, wait a minute, am I dumb? Then to Nicole, who sadly has her Sam and Benaiah love triangle. She's in there with Sam's non-French speaking ass. She's like, yeah, you know, I could just see us like kicking it. Wait, what did the cool kids say? Hanging out. Yeah, I could see us hanging out. Nicole, you think the cool kids are saying hanging out? I will guarantee you JD Vance says hanging out. Take that for what it's worth. Now, Nicole is with Benaiah. This is when they're talking about, hey, what's a typical day for you? He's like, I don't know, just hanging around, being homeless, doing miracles. I'm just kidding, he didn't say that. I don't know what he did say, but it was nothing alarming or miraculous. I promise I'm not gonna do that many Jesus jokes, but there's a few more. Anyway, then we got Maria and Tom's first pod date. Like, imagine meeting someone for the first time. Meanwhile, there's a whole couple actually engaged in the house. I've been like, bro, what if I wanted that? I know he's gonna tell me you gotta be quicker than that. Anyway, this is where Tom tells that stupid ass hospital joke. Like, who's the coolest person in the hospital? The ultrasound guy. And who's the coolest person in the hospital when the ultrasound guy is not there? And it's the hip replacement guy. And I'm embarrassed to say I just don't get it. And more important news, here's where Maria tells him that in her culture, it's not really cool to be out here dating. Now everybody's opening up. Tom tells her, you know, I came from a broken home. My dad left me at a young age. And she's like, you know what? I too can share, because my dad got diagnosed with cancer during COVID and we couldn't even see him. This dude died in quarantine. What a full circle. We came from that corny hospital joke to the actual hospital. Shit got deep. Over to Natasha and Tom in the pods. They're talking about their love for the movies, aka the cinema. Tom has a genius idea of suggesting that they each have individual popcorn buckets, just for logistics. And I actually think that's a good ass idea. Why I never think of that? Anyway, she asked him what his thoughts on marriage are. And like, but he's on Love is Blind, so I don't, like, he's probably cool with it. Tom is stuck between her and Maria. And honestly, they're both cool. So I don't know what you're gonna do, Tom. You gotta figure that out. Oh, hey Charlotte, I didn't see you there. I just want to say, hey, what's up? Okay, over to Catherine and my man Freddie. This is where he tells her, you know, one time I went to a psychic medium, and that medium says that I'm gonna get married, and the person I'm gonna marry, their name starts with the letter C. That's very heavy, and I know people think that's stupid, but I believe it. You know what else is heavy? Those freaking biceps. This dude has been lifting caskets for far too long. You gotta relax and let the rest of us catch up. Over to Ollie and his pod date with Catherine. This dude is a little too smooth for my liking, and I got my eyes on him. This is where he says, well, you know, if my next person is the right person, that'll be my last person. Who told this guy to be that smooth? Relax. Also, this girl, Catherine, has to keep those tissues at arm's reach at all times because at any moment, she's gonna laugh cry or cry cry. Okay, this is a very important part here. Ollie asks Catherine, hey, when you're in London, where do you like to go out? This girl, Catherine, tells him, yeah, actually, the last time I went out with my girls, we went to Cirque. This dude, Ollie, acted like she said she parties on Jeffrey Epstein's private island. He says, oh, Cirque. That's pretty pretentious. This girl is so caught up in trying to impress this dude that she barely knows that she's like, oh, no. I don't like always go to Cirque. Like, it's not something I would normally do. It was like my birthday and I was with my girl. So I was just like, it's like a kind of like a one-off thing. He literally says that every time he goes there, it's a certain type of girl. Why you get to go to Cirque and she can't go to Cirque? How you gonna know about the girls at Cirque if you don't go to Cirque? Huh? What are you doing in there? It was her birthday. Honestly, let me tell you something about Tate's Take. We gonna dig deep. After watching this episode, I flew to London to see if I can get into Cirque. No, I'm just kidding, but I went to their website though. It looks like any fancy Miami or Los Angeles club, but I did notice a very glaring red flag when I loaded their homepage. Now, I don't know if this is the right Cirque, and maybe y'all London people could let me know if I got it wrong, but when I went to the Cirque website, they had a video of Tory Lanez performing there as like their intro video. Not only that, the song that they're playing over this vintage Tory Lanez footage is the song Kika with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Now, is that song fire? Absolutely. It's one of the best songs ever written. But is Tory Lanez a convicted felon sitting in prison as we speak? Also, yes. So if the people at Cirque are watching, maybe you could update it. Has Usher been there recently? Anyone else? The point is, Ollie, just freaking relax. Let that girl party wherever the fuck she wants. Also, if anyone from London wants to like take me to Cirque one of these days, I would not be opposed to that. I just need to see it just for research purposes. Anyway, Ollie's like, look, I'm talking to other people, you're talking to other people. I know we have a connection, but let's just make sure we do our due diligence before we go any further. And that's a decision that I feel like he might soon regret. So back in the women's quarters, Catherine is telling everybody about Cirque Gate. She's like, yeah, this dude started freaking out when I said I went to Cirque. Then you got Demi in the corner like, do not mention that you go to Cirque. Then Ollie's in the men's quarters talking to Bobby about Catherine. He's like, yeah, just think something's missing. It's like if you got a house with a garden and a 2-car garage, just don't feel like a home though. That's Catherine. Also, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that Bobby looks like an action figure in this scene, like the size of one. Okay, now we have the first reveal. Sabrina is gonna meet Steven, and honestly, I need the Love is Blind historians to let me know, was this the fastest proposal? So they meet and they get that instant smooch. She's like, oh my God, you have hair. You were giving such bald energy, and I don't even know what that means. Anyway, he gets down on one knee and proposes. And I told you I like had my eyes on this dude in the beginning. I didn't really like him all the way, but he is slowly growing on me. But I will say he whispers a lot. He's whispering almost every other word. She hears enough of that shit and she's like, yeah, I will. I'll marry you. I think that's what you said. Back to the pods. We're with Bobby and Jasmine, who's dressed like Katana from Mortal Kombat. Bobby's feet are barely reaching the ottoman. Look how close he got it to the sofa. Then Jasmine goes on a date with Sam. This is where we kind of find out that she thinks that he's a very attractive guy that gets any girl that he wants. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, he does not. She's actually kind of annoying about the whole thing, but we hate Sam too, so it's like whatever, Team Jasmine. Also, you can see here another pair of Travis Scotts. She tells him, you know, I just feel like you're telling me what I want to hear. This toddler has a tantrum, kicking and screaming, talking about, well, maybe I'm just supposed to be alone forever. Honestly, I think that would be best. Over to Tom and Natasha on their pod date. Essentially with Tom, he thinks that Natasha would fit into her life better, but there's just something that's more sparky with Maria. Also in this scene, he tells her like, I have to admit to you that I'm wearing Birkenstocks. And I don't know what that means. Are Birkenstocks not cool to wear? Back with Bobby and Jasmine in the pods, and this is where they start getting deep. He's like, look, I don't talk to my dad. He left a long ass time ago. I was a kid. And she's like, damn, my dad left too. And I know what that did to my brother. He was 12 years old. As a man, it could be tough. How are you handling that? He's like, I don't talk to him. I had some older cousins that raised me, and that's all I needed. But in a serious note, he does tell the story of like his mom calling him and telling him like, yo, you need to sit down. Your cousin and his fiance both died in a water accident. They both drowned. It is heavy. Like this is heavy stuff. After these two both share their like heavy experiences, their connection is just clear. Like Jasmine is like, Sam, who? They are just super flirty from there on out. We know this is gonna be a thing. Then Jasmine goes on another pod date with Sam, who she now hates. He's like, Jasmine, I've been looking forward to this all day. How about you? Jasmine's like, Jesus Christ, freaking dweeb. But she keeps it real with him. I gotta give her props. She's like, honestly, Sam, the connection is just stronger with someone else. And I wish you the best. She tells him that she respects him and she hopes it works out for him. This freaking toddler goes on another tantrum, throwing cups. Bro, who you think is gonna pick that up? He goes back to the men's quarters and he's like, that was the worst experience of my entire life. I envy the life you've had, sir. Jasmine, on the other hand, goes back to the women's quarters and she's like, yeah, I broke it off. No, he took it well. Yeah, he's doing great. And honestly, maybe Dr. Jekyll is doing fine. And maybe this is the oh my golly Wally moment of the episode. Because what we're witnessing is insane. Sam's like, yeah, no, this is good. Because now I got clarity. Now, after Jasmine breaking up with me and now I have no other options, now I know that Nicole is who I want to marry. Yeah, this is good. Sir, then why are you on the ground? We got to get out of here, but we'll be back. Now, Demi is making Ollie a birthday card. I don't know if y'all remember the last time a light-skinned black girl started making a birthday card for someone else. It didn't end well. It didn't end well in the beginning, and then now it's kind of ending well, but still, right at first, it was not good. Then to the pods, she got a whole bunch of balloons up in there. She got some cake for this dude and the card. She playing hardball. She tells Ollie, your birthday feels like my birthday now. That's cold. And just when you think she was done eating, she added the freaking crystal gift just as a little sprinkle on top. Catherine is not matching that energy, and she is soon gonna prove that to us. She tells us that she's gonna step away from Ollie because she wants Demi to have him. No, you just want Freddie. Oh, okay. She said it after I wrote it. So now Ollie is with Kat. He thinks he's gonna let her down by letting her know that he's going in another direction. Also, I'll be remiss if I hadn't mentioned the fact that she didn't get him a birthday gift. So, like I said, this is interesting, right? We know that Ollie is leaning towards Demi. And we know that Catherine is leaning towards Freddie. Honestly, I'm leaning towards Freddie my damn self. Anyway, watch this sorcery by Catherine. She tells him, no, wait. I'm going to make this easy for you. I want you to step away and go towards your other connection. No. I just want to be the bigger person. I think you want that. And I want to allow you to have that. She never mentioned the fact that she's saying it because she likes Freddie. Why wouldn't you just say that? Honestly, this is probably Catherine's only misstep so far. I think she actually is kind of cool, but why wouldn't you just say that? So now Ollie is like, oh my God, I can't believe you're the nicest person ever. Wow, thank you, you're so cool. You took it so well. You guys are idiots. He goes back to the men's quarters. He's like, yeah, no, we're all good, mate. She took it great. Everybody's lying. All right, our problem child Nicole is back with Benaya. She wants to know that he's serious about marriage. She asks him, can you see yourself proposing at the end of all this? He's like, well, yeah, I can definitely see the connection. This girl doesn't even let him finish. She's like, yay, oh my God. I knew it was you. Then here goes Benaya. But I can't assure anyone that I can guarantee it with them. Nicole's like, oh, you gotta let him finish. We'll get back to them, don't you worry. But right now, Bobby's about to propose to Jasmine, and he got some poem or song or rap for her. Honestly, that shit sounded like Jodeci, but he said he wrote it. He tells her to get up. He asks her to marry him. She's like, honestly, sometimes you just feel like you're not deserving of a love like this. Girl, just get on with it. She comes back and tells the girls that she's engaged. Great. Bobby does the exact same thing. Now, what I want to highlight here is very important. We all know that Sam is terrible. Everyone's in agreement here, right? Everyone that is in the room, you guys all think that Sam is terrible. Yes, cool. But Netflix wants us to think that when Bobby comes back to the boys and tells them that he's engaged to Jasmine, that Sam is sitting on the couch sulking. Obviously, he just got dumped by Jasmine. So watch this. You can clearly see here, they show him sulking in his denim jacket with his cute little handkerchief that I'm pretty sure he spent 35 minutes in the mirror trying to perfect. But if you take a closer look, when all the boys are showing love to Bobby, right there you can see Sam showing him love as well, in a white shirt and brown pants. So even though Sam is an idiot, and I do hate him, we have a level of journalistic integrity over here at Taste Take that we will always adhere to. That being said, Sam still sucks, and Nicole better end up with Jesus of Nazareth. So yeah, now Sam's in the pod with Nicole. You see the denim jacket, and you can see that he's wearing black pants here. Just Netflix, you just gotta keep, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to paint a picture, but you gotta keep it 100. He's already dead. Like, he dead. You don't gotta kick him when he's down. Anyway, here he got her a bracelet. Nicole, please don't fall for this. She tells him, I wanna take my time with this. He's like, I totally understand, but I don't wanna be in the booth with anyone else. Sir, you literally can't. Now this next part is so dumb, I can't believe I have to address it, but this is when Sam says, I can't wait for those doors to open, and I run down over to you and pick you up and swing you around. And freaking Nicole's like, oh, I don't even know. I hope you will be able to pick me up. And he's like, I'm sorry, you said what? Then this clown goes back to the men's quarters and tells everyone now he thinks she's fat. Freaking Benaiah's sitting over there like, I could pick her up. Now Nicole's on a pod date with Benaiah. He got her flowers and wine, which some people are saying was once water. Anyway, she still doesn't think that he's in it for the long haul. Now Benaiah's having this mental breakdown of whether or not to tell Nicole that he doesn't think that Sam is in it for the right reasons. It's kind of like in old school when the Godfather didn't want to tell his crush that her man was being a little creepy with the hostess at that kid's birthday party because he told him you can't say anything because that's bro code. So he's like, man, I can't say anything. Then the freaking creep goes and tells the crush that it was actually the Godfather that was being creepy with the hostess, and the whole thing just backfired in his face. It's kind of like that. You guys never seen Old School? Anyway, he finally works up the courage to say it. He goes, I know the other person you have a connection with is Sam, and I don't think he's here for the right reasons. Boom, episode 3, and this one's called He's Here for Fame. Obviously, it's about Sam. We're still here with Nicole and Benaiah. He's like, look, I'm trying to tell you, me and the boys think he's just here for fame. He ain't here for the right reasons. Now this dude, Benaiah, feels bad for even saying something in the first place. That's very holy of you. Honestly, I don't even know what happened next, but I wrote down, Sam is such a lame. Take your nose job and get the fuck. Sam is so lame. Take your nose job and get the fuck out of here. I wonder what happened. It could have been anything. Anyway, Ben comes back from his date with Nicole. He thinks it went well. Sam's like, how'd your date go? How did it go? Did it go good? Benaiah's like, yeah, it went fine. It went good. Relax. And then Sam's like, good. Then as soon as Benaiah turns around, he's like, that's not what I wanted to hear. Literally, shut up, Sam. Everything he does is for the cameras. At least Ollie is more discreet with it. Ooh. Okay, quick commercial break in the men's quarters. This is where they ask that stupid ass hypothetical about if you'd rather have 20 fingers or 20 toes. 20 toes. Next pod date, we got Tom and Maria. This is where she says, you know, I wouldn't mind taking on the traditional wife roles and just staying home with the kids. And Tom's like, ooh, yeah, about that. I don't think you read my intro quote. You don't watch Taste Take? He read everybody's quotes, even yours. I don't think I want my wife just staying at home. And she's like, yeah, well, I didn't say I don't want to work, but if we have kids, you know, at least for the first couple years, I'd like to be home with them. Yeah, you and me both, queen. Anyway, she asks Tom, do you still have other connections in the house? And now, keep in mind, Maria only has Tom, and Tom has Natasha on the side. And he's like, yes, I do. But you're in my top 2. And she's like, well, am I your number 1? He's like, you're on the list. You're still in the running to becoming America's Next Top Model? No, honestly, he says, I don't have a number 1. I mean, I guess it's better than saying she's number 2, so yay. Moving on, it's now time for the Bobby and Jasmine reveal. When they open up those doors, I was like, wait a minute. Does she hate how he looks? Look at this hug. Then she dodged the smooch. Listen, we gotta keep our eyes on this one. And his hair is terrible. But this is Love is Blind, Chris. You can't be talking about their appearance. She's looking at him like, damn, I should've took that fuckboy. No, I'm just kidding. She finally starts giving him some smooches. And her dress was a choice. Listen, I don't know. I just don't trust that she likes him, but we gonna find out. And I'm happy to be proven wrong. And I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna come on here and be like, look, she actually does like him. Nah. She might like him. She might like this guy. Back to the pods. We're with Catherine and Freddie. Newsflash, I still love this dude, even though everything he says sounds like a question. You know, I love talking to you. Yo, in the beginning, I didn't talk about this, but when they expose him for like going to the gym twice a day. How did you know? How'd you know I go twice a day? I mean, if he didn't talk that crazy, what is he, perfect? That's crazy. It's not fair. Anyway, he asked her, do you think love is blind? And she's like, yeah. What are you getting at? And he's like, look, I like you, and maybe I love you. She's like, I like you too. Of course, she cries. And cry, like, ugly cries. It's actually out of control, kind of how ugly her cry is. She says, I love you too, Freddie. He's like, do you actually? Which is a question that sounds like every other one of his sentences. Next pod date, we got Ollie and Demi. She's dressed like she's going to Paris to compete on the British fencing team. But that's not important, Chris. You gotta stay focused. This is actually a serious moment because she's getting choked up talking about how she ain't feel this way about someone in a long time. Then she gets even more choked up when she starts talking about how she wants to be a good mom, but she's not sure she can because she has endometriosis. Tate, what even is that? Honestly, I have no business explaining this, but the plight of the male species is to mansplain. Simply put, women have a lining of the uterus. That lining is called the endometrium. That lining gets shed every month that a woman is not pregnant. However, when a woman has endometriosis, that same lining grows outside of its normal position. But because there's no real way for that lining to shed, it can lead to a real painful predicament. Endometriosis affects about 5 to 10% of women in their reproductive years. Doctors don't know what causes it, and unfortunately, there is no cure. However, there is treatment. Ollie says, thank you for sharing, but I want to let you know, this doesn't change how I feel about you. That got Demi open. This is where she stands up to do that cheesy air hug, which I must admit was very cute. Over to our problem child, Nicole, who's getting coached up by Jasmine. If anyone's got experience with Sam, it's Jasmine. It's so crazy how Sam is blinding this woman. I don't know what's happening. Like, Nicole, you got your shit together. It seems to be in the real world, but this is nuts. Jasmine's trying to tell her, like, Nicole, like, all the things he's telling you, he already told me that same stuff. This girl's gonna drive me to drink. Which, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't mind. Next pod date is back with Tom and Natasha. And honestly, I haven't spent a lot of time paying attention to her. I gotta literally pay attention right now. Let me just watch this carefully because I need to see it, make sure I like her. Hold on one second. Her laugh is indeed sinister, but I gotta look past that. Also, I've been talking about him for a long time, but I have to admit that this dude is giving Robin Thicke. The whole thing with Tom and Natasha is that he thinks that their connection is strictly friendship. He's not feeling a sexual vibe that he feels with Maria, which means that Maria is number one. And Natasha, unfortunately, is number two. Okay, over to a heavy hitter about to make a heavy hitter move. My man Freddie is about to propose to Catherine. This little cutie so nervous. In the pod, he reads her a passage that he wrote for her. It's very nice. He gets down on one knee and proposes to her. She says yes. She obviously starts crying. Uglier cry than she's ever ugly cried a day in her life. No, literally, she ugly cries so ugly. They go back to their quarters to tell the group. Now, I need to do another commercial break, but this is probably the most important commercial break of the whole video. This gotta be the most supportive men's quarters in Love is Blind history. I will say, generally, in the past, they are quite supportive, but this seems like it's on another level. Every time someone comes back with good news, they all celebrating like it's their birthday. And when someone comes back with less than stellar news, they all gather around and console their fallen soldier. Like, watch how this man Steven is looking at Freddie like it's his own brother that just got engaged. I had to address that. It had to be addressed. Meanwhile, in other less cute news, Nicole is still fighting in her love triangle. Ben is telling us that he's getting ready to pour his heart out to Nicole, the one thing that she's been wanting. Netflix is literally preparing us for one of their classic cliffhangers. You know those cliffhangers when someone is down to two people. Both of those two people go into a pod. Benaya walks into a pod with no Nicole on the other side. Sam walks into a pod with no Nicole on the other side. So you know Netflix is going to set it up when she's going to be outside the doors like this. And she'll be like, they're going to play those Netflix music and they're going to be like, which one she's going to go and they're going to cliffhanger us, you know? So watch this. Nicole takes the heart of every person in the UK watching this show. She just got everyone's hearts, all you guys' hearts. With her feet, she walks in to Sam's room. With her other hand, she squashes all your hearts. It's hard to see. She tells him that she has a very important question to ask. She's even crying to get the question out. She's like, I need to know that you're here for the right reasons. Literally, what else would a con artist say? He's like, yes, 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 fucking yes, a million times yes, no fucking other reasons. She makes one of the biggest mistakes in TV history. She tells him she loves him. Now we gotta hear this dude crying about, no one's ever loved me, Nicole, you're the first person to ever love me. Now Sam's still riding his Ozempic high, and he's like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something right now. I'm about to make it happen right now. I'm gonna get on one knee and I'm gonna propose. And I hope that this is the last time I ever have to do this. Will you marry me? Sam, let me tell you right now, it's not gonna be the last time you ever ask someone to marry you. It's not. Like I said, he proposes to that thing. And to the despair of the globe, she says yes. She says, yes, 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 I really will. You really will? Really? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you know my slogan. This is obviously an oh my golly wally moment of the episode, sprinkled in with a little, what even is this? I think I need what even is this t-shirts next. But that's a story for another day. Now she's got to go break Benaya's heart. Listen, I don't pay Netflix $43 a month to watch Heartbreak. I don't. Watch this though, very critical scene. Sam comes back to tell the group that he got engaged. Now you remember I just told you, I just gassed this whole group for being so supportive. Look at the energy shift when he comes back and say he's engaged. Everybody's like, yay. And you're going to be like, Chris, you just said they're so supportive no matter what. No. Because they know he's fake. If they were supportive to even him, I would have been like, oh, now they're just doing it for the cameras. The fact that they didn't do it, I'm going to give them even more props because they keeping it 100. Anyway, back to the crucifixion. Nicole walks into the pod with Benaya. This dude is preparing to propose to a woman that just got proposed to. She tells him, look, Benaya, Sam has my heart. Benaya's like, look, girl, I wish you the best. And right here, you're looking at the, I know I fucked up lean. Nicole goes back to the women's quarters after all that, and she's like, I'm engaged. They're like, yay. To who? I'm gonna tell you something about Love is Blind UK. In the beginning, I was like, these people are older, more mature. They are taking it more seriously. Ain't gonna be no real drama. But you get enough. I got enough to talk about. Buckle up. Ben comes back to the men's quarters and look at the difference. Look at the difference. Look at the support. Look at the community. Over to Sam back at the men's quarters, and I'm going to squeeze in another oh my golly wally moment of the episode. He's recapping his date and proposal with Nicole. He's like, yeah, I told her, you know, I love her and that I'm going to care for her, all this la-di-la-di-da. La-di-da-di-da. Oh my God. Does Sam know that he's mic'd up? Does he know that this show is being recorded using 4K cameras from every angle? Then Sam, I am a snake, goes over to Benaya and he's like, bruv, if you ever want to talk, I'm here for you. If I want to talk to you, imagine. Okay, we're taking a break from all that mess to bring us the best reveal of the whole season. This is Catherine and Freddie. And I'm not going to lie, Catherine, you're looking pretty good. Freddie, you always look good, bro. Relax. This reveal is so damn pure. Have we seen this before? Mutual tears. Love is Blind historians, remind me, I know, you know I'd be forgetting. Just, he's crying, she's crying. How often do we see that? All right, the episode comes to a close here with another cliffhanger heartbreak. This is Tom and Tasha. He's getting ready to friends on this thing to high heaven, but I guess we'll get into that when we get into, boom, episode 4. This one's called We Had Sex Twice. And honestly, I don't even know why it's called We Had Sex Twice. Are they already having sex in episode 4 and twice? Who did y'all think had sex twice when you saw that the episode was called We Had Sex Twice? Okay, anyway, back to Tom and Tasha. He basically tells, like I said, like, he doesn't feel the sexual compatibility that he feels with Maria, and he just thinks that it might be more of a friend thing. She wishes him the best, and she gets the fuck up out of there. Honestly, I must say, Love is Blind UK has been a lot of tears this season. Is it always this many tears? I have so many questions, like, is this the most tears of all time? Is this the best reveal of all time? Just let me know. Anyway, Natasha's back at the women's quarters, and they're all consoling her. Maria is obviously looking over there with that little smirk. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a smirk, I don't think. Also, look at these two just having a grand old time. Are these extras? Like, read the room, ladies. Now we get a scene with Maria and Jasmine. Can someone please tell me how Jasmine isn't everybody Kool-Aid? Okay, look, what happened next, it happened. And we just gotta address it no matter how it made us feel. And you already know, this whole scene is an oh my golly wally moment of the episode. Nicole is about to meet Sam in real life. Listen, those doors open And Sam is like, damn, she's black. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, that joke kind of hurt me to even say because it just felt too realistic. Okay, can we please take a second to look at the fear in her eyes? Sam's like, what do you think? Do you like how I look? Do you like my appearance? Huh? Again, this guy acts like someone on a soap opera that kills. He gets down on one knee and he's like, Nicole, will you marry me? She's like, yes. These two morons put the ring on the wrong finger. And if that ain't a metaphor for the whole relationship, I don't know what is. He tells her to trust him 37 times, which would make me immediately not trust him. He's basically talking in tongues. He's like, no one could ever take this away from us. She's like, huh? Take what, you creep? All right, now let's just get into one of the most disgusting moments in reality TV show history. Let's just get on with this so we can move on and I can eat breakfast because those Frosted Flakes is not gonna eat themselves. Sam just proposed to this black queen and for some stupid reason she said yes. They're now sitting down on the ledge. That same ledge that most every other couple in Love is Blind history just sits there smooching, hugging, canoodling, just loving on each other. But no, this dude Sam takes the moment to ask her, what color are your eyes? Boring brown?
Hey. Bitch, you better be joking.
I beg your pardon? He says, no, they're not boring, because they're amazing. Sir, what in the fucking Aryan race do you have going on? Honestly, now I'm seeing that this dude is a literal psychopath. I think that means that I can't make fun of him anymore, because then that would be hate speech. Look at this. She's dead inside. He literally killed her insides. That's a federal offense. Didn't I tell you this whole scene was a oh my golly wally? Didn't I say that? Watch this.
See you.
Wait.
What?
I think I love you.
Okay, I'm gonna hold that.
Wait. I think I love you. Why don't you hold that and shove it up your ass, you fucking idiot. Love is Blind UK, y'all. Sam's over with production. He's like, yeah, I told her I loved her. Production's like, yeah, and did she say it back, you psycho fuck? He's like, I don't think she did. Yeah, me neither, bud. Listen, y'all, she already hates him. And I'm calling it now. Like, if only there was someone out there to tell her that she shouldn't have done that. If only there was just one person. She even tried to get production to get her out of this. They're like, no, girl, you fucking said yes twice. So you gotta deal with this shit. We not helping you. I'll take the microphone off you, but we not, as far as the help goes, that's it. All right, we're out of there. I guess we gotta watch Tom propose to Maria and then Ollie propose to Demi. I'm gonna skate through this. It's pretty ordinary. So Tom and Maria are in the pause and he's like, I never felt this way about anyone, blah, 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 blah. He proposes, but he's still sitting on the couch. And that's a choice. And yeah, it is dumb to be getting on one knee and no one can see you, but you know who can see you? The fucking world that watches Netflix, so just do the shit right. Then over to Ollie. Oh yeah. She says yes. Then over to Ollie and Demi. He's like, you might have noticed I'm not here lavishing you with gifts and that in it. Which is like, yeah. She was like, I did drop a lot of gifts. He's like, no, we have a deeper connection. That's something that a cheap nigga would say. Sometimes I be letting the inner thoughts out, and I really need to not do that. Anyway, he gets on one knee and proposes. You see how it's done, Tom? You the oldest person on here. You need to act like you have some goddamn sense. No, I'm just joking. It's fine. He proposes. She says yes. Yes. I'm gonna tell you again. Those men's quarters got some green flag energy. Just look at the support. Okay, honestly, if it wasn't for this next scene, I'll probably fast forward to Greece and skip all this shit. But this is another oh my golly wally moment of the episode. And if y'all didn't catch this, I don't even know if y'all even watch my channel, for real. Like, y'all not watching it the right way. This is important. Over to the Tom and Maria reveal. And for the record, she said she was gonna wear that red dress and she wore that red dress. Not important. Let's get into it. Also, Tom, you look ridiculous. Fix your face. When they meet and they start kissing, the way her lipstick jumps off of her face onto his literally turned that man into Joaquin Phoenix. I could not believe it. No, because the way I cried laughing at this scene, I said, there's no way. There's no way Netflix is gonna make this guy get down on one knee in front of the whole world to propose looking like this. There's no way. It's too crazy. They're gonna stop this show, hose his face down and let him do it right. Spoiler alert, they don't.
I've got lipstick all over you. I've got lipstick all over you.
Alright.
Yeah, no, it's everywhere.
How you been doing today?
So nervous.
Yeah?
I've got lipstick everywhere.
Is it really bad?
It's really bad.
Maria. This has been an amazing experience for both of us. I just feel so, amazingly confident and excited about
This is the wildest thing I've seen in August 2024. I think he proposes again. I was laughing too hard to actually hear the words that he was saying, but he gets up and they start hugging. Like, what the fuck brand lipstick is that? Fenty would never. Last reveal is on the way. This is Ollie and Demi. She says she's worried about how he's gonna think she looks because she likes to eat. She said that, not me. Again, she says that most guys just see her as one of the homies. But I will say right now, Demi, you look very nice. Those doors open, Ollie runs over and he's like, I wasn't disappointed in the least bit. She's excellent. He gives her the ring and she says, thank you, Ollie, for picking me. Then he said he had to get a look back at that bunda. And I've never heard that, but British people are hilarious. Okay, we are almost done. Off to Corfu, Greece for, I don't know, not the honeymoon, but like the retreat. What the hell? Greece looks epic. I want to go to Greece. You know, forget Cirque. I want to go to Greece. Let's go to Greece. Of course, we know the episode's winding down. This is just like how the people are going to be acting in their first couple nights together. So I'm just going to hit some of the headlines here. Let's see. Jasmine says her type is normally dudes with tattoos and a little rough around the edges. And Bobby is a pretty boy, but she says that's cool too. I told you we don't keep our eyes on that. Catherine is nervous about meeting Ollie. Maybe that's because you never told him you got a thing going on with Freddie, who is unbeatable. Ollie and Demi, she's like, I'm admiring you. He's like, I'm admiring you too, while looking away. Tom and Maria are vibing smooth. I kind of like that. Steven and Sabrina, I don't know, but so far so good. I wrote, Freddie is literally Photoshopped, good Lord. Then I wrote, I miss Charlotte. I don't know why I put that right there. Let's see. Oh, and for those of you who are thinking, yo, where the hell are Nicole and Sam? That's a great question. That is a great question. She said when she put that ring on, she knew something was up. Oh, I said that. He said he felt something was off too. She was like, my emotions were clear. We're not going to Greece. Girl, for the first time in your life, you stood on business and you were looking nuts in these episodes, but good on you for putting your foot down. Now, here's what's going to happen. Netflix is going to cliffhanger me to episode 5 by showing the return to London. Nicole is going to be like, I've got some unfinished business with someone that I need to meet, and I hope he gives me a chance. And it must be Easter because Netflix shows us the return of Benaya. Boom, and that's episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sheesh. Man, I need a bottle of water. What? Good Lord. How long was that? You guys are still watching? Good on you. Good on you. Oh, let me do my little ending thing. As always, thanks for checking out Tate's Take. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, okay, how about this? In the comments, rank the couples in order from like strongest to least strong, not including Nicole and Sam. But if you want to include Nicole and Benaya, you can do that. I don't know my ranking officially. You guys go first and I'll just type in the comments. But maybe I'm leading. Well, I'm not going to tell y'all who I'm leading. I want y'all to just feel the real opinions. How are you feeling about the season so far? Thanks for the time, y'all. Peace. Hey. Yeah, I've said it once and I'll say it again, man. It's just a slow start. And I was like, man, I ain't going to have no heat in here. But it got enough going on that people will really probably be talking about this show. Nicole's out of control. Like, you the only black girl that made it through. And this is how you represent it. Do we like Benaya? I feel like he cool. I feel like he real cool. He gonna treat her right. But we gonna have to have a conversation about Ali. I got my good eye on him. But it's cool. I'm gonna see y'all next week. We doing episodes 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh my golly, Wally. Ugh. Oh man, I need a nap.
Nah, it's not funny. I've got school. Nah, I'm not laughing. I've got school.